Hello everyone, it's Ogechi here again. So I'm just coming to you today to talk about a particular issue. This is not like part of, well, it's part of the things that I want to talk about, but it's not, it just kind of occurred that it fell today, and so I decided to talk about it. So I would like to talk about racial justice. So today the Catholic Church celebrated Racial Justice Day, and it's just basically trying to promote the fact that we as people and as human beings, we need to appreciate each other's racial differences and kind of work together with each other. So before I talk more about the racial injustice thing, I'd like to make a little bit of notes. So there's just one problem I have with the Catholic Church. Well, I feel like they have these things that they just wake up and just tell us what they're celebrating on a particular Sunday. I really believe their celebration will have more effect if it could be something that is kind of said in advance. So for example, maybe last week we would have known that today would be racial justice, injustice or justice, whichever one, racial justice day or stuff like that, but it was just kind of thrown on us today. So I'm not sure it's because of the priest that I have, or is it because that's how it is. But in general, I've gone to other parishes really, but in general they usually tell you on that day. Like, at least if you prepared people's mind in advance, that will make more effect. So that is besides the point. So I just want to talk about race. So first of all, the topic of race is very sensitive topic to speak about, because some people feel like you cannot talk about their race, especially if you don't belong to that race. So I'm talking about race in general, whether you're black, white, Asian. This is a funny thing, when we talk about Asian, we don't actually identify them as a color. We usually say Asian. Have you guys noticed? No one really identifies them as a color, it's more of like a continent. Oh my gosh, this is so bad. Is that a continent or a religion? That is really bad. They have to have one. They are the ones who are actually missing out. They are lucky. No one even identifies them as a race. It's more like as a continent. When you say Asia, you're more like looking at the continent. No one really identifies as like skin tone or skin color. So what I just want to talk about really is that in terms of race and racial injustice this time around, I really believe that it cannot be eradicated. I know many people try different efforts to eradicate it, but I really do, after different thoughts of it, cannot be eradicated. One of my reasons for that is because racism, the act of hating someone just because of their skin tone, skin color, is something that starts with hate first. And until the topic of hate is tackled, then racism cannot go. So when I mean hate, I'm looking at the cases where sometimes it might be just one person that has become some sort of hatred for a particular person or a particular group. And because that one person is very influential, that hate is spread out. And when people have hate within their mind, it really is hard for you to tackle that. So really, I do believe that until the idea of hate on its own, basically even hating each other, even if it's someone from the same race as you, but the idea of hate, until that problem is really tackled from the core roots, because we are tackling the effect of race, there was like a hate, which is racism. Just in the one concept, there's different types of it, different forms that hatred comes through. But that type of part of it is the I would say outspread, or just the sort of the, it's not the symptoms. Is it symptoms? No, it's actually the disease then that manifests. I don't know how to say it, but it's just the outspread of it, of what is inside, is what that racism comes under. So until the topic of hate is tackled within our own minds, then racism cannot be eradicated. We can try all the efforts that we can, do speeches, do talks, do charity events, do awareness. It cannot be eradicated until that topic of hate, when you hear people say, oh, I just hate that person, we smile at those things and be like, yeah, I hate her too, or something like, oh, okay, well, all of us have a bit of hate in our heart. True, but should that be so? Okay, so until we actually tackle the topic of hate within our own mind, then we cannot be able to move on from racism. And to be honest, another reason why I believe that racism on its own, the topic of racism, that's tackling someone against just because of their color and maybe features, are cannot be eradicated, is that man likes to dominate another man. Am I making sense? We human beings like having control until we learn to let other people lead, until we in our mind stop trying to dominate each other, whether it's within your family, within your friendship group, within your workplace, just life in general. So we learn that sometimes we need to step back and let other people take the lead. Then that topic of racism and also slavery cannot be eradicated, because it's man's inhumanity to man. So when people say, oh, if there was God, why was black people enslaved? I say to them, was it God that told you to go to these countries to take them, to take their resources, to kill, how would you say millions? That would be just like on an underestimate. To take everything, change your identity, change so and so and so. It was not God that told you to do that. It was your own desire to have more than those people. It was your own desire to dominate against people who you think that are weaker. That's how bullying starts. It always starts with someone thinking, I could dominate this person because I believe the person is weaker than me. Or even maybe the person may not be physically weaker, it's just that in some way the person may not have people to support them or back them up when something's happened. So in similar way, God does not curse racism. He doesn't curse it. With us, we human beings that like to dominate others, that we curse for people to, be punished, if not suffer, just because of their skin color. Okay, so man dominates man to do evil. So in all honesty, when someone says, I remember I was in university and someone mentioned that when we were having a bit of debate in sociology, and I remember I couldn't answer that question for such a long time, but it really dawned on me as I grew older and grew matured in my faith that this has nothing to do with God. Because in the same way that some people are enjoying life, no one asks, if there was God, why are some people richer than others? If there was God, why was it God, particular race, taking resources from another place where they say it's a poor country and using it for their own benefit? If there was God, why are some people more, progressive, intelligent than the others? If there was God, why is the soil fertile? If there was God, we don't look at the other side of it. We only like to focus on the negative side. Okay? If there was God, have you asked, why did Martin Luther King and the rest that actually happened, the other liberal fighters or racial fighters, really, why did they get the, why did they get the support? Why did they get the support from others? Why was slavery abolished? So we need to also look at the other side of it so that we do not focus so much on the negativity. So that's kind of one of my two main points, although there is lots of other points. I don't want to bore you with this video because this is kind of something that really dawned on me today to speak about. So in all honesty, until we are able in our own selves, to look within our hearts, find where we go wrong. Because at the end of the day, it's not just one side. I believe we always hear the particular one side of the story, and we do not hear the other side. So if there was God, we need to focus. Sorry, that was the wrong message. But if there was God, and we believe that it's God that causes this thing, then why not speak to Him yourself? Okay, and ask the question and see what He says, because He does answer back. It's just whether you choose to take the answer or not. So man's inhumanity to man is what causes racism, is what causes slavery, the idea of dominating another, because you yourself at your workplace may not want someone else to tell you what to do that. However, in that certain situations, you do it as well. You also tell your colleagues to help you do this, do that, or even command people. So in either way, we always like to dominate. If we did not want to dominate, then there will be no manager at your workplace. Yeah? Neither would there be a president, or would there be a king or queen. So in all honesty, throughout history, there's always been slavery of the other. Okay, so let's not focus so much on the particular idea of racism. Let's focus on the hate. Let's focus on the inability for us to just keep ourselves and not always wanting to take control, rather to let God take control of situations. So racism is bad. It hurts and it suffers people who are innocent. So if we actually in our own hearts start tackling the things that are within our hearts, because dislike can always lead to hate. Okay, so when we start tackling those situations, I'm not talking about tackling the things that are wrong. Yes, tackle the things that are wrong, but I'm talking about hating things that are nothing to do with God. I feel like I'm not saying it right. So tackle the things that are wrong, right? But do not tackle the things that are not wrong. So in terms of tackle the hate within your heart and not the skin. That's what I'm trying to get to. Okay, so on that note, I just want to end this topic on just singing a song that we sang in church today, and it's called Let There Be Love. I'm not the best in voices, but hey, let's go. It goes like this. Let there be love shared among us. Let there be love in our eyes. May now your love sweep this nation. Cause us, O Lord, to arise. Give us a fresh understanding, brotherly love that is real. Let there be love shared among us. Let there be love. Let there be peace shared among us. Let there be peace in our hearts. And may your peace sweep this nation. Cause us, O Lord, to rise. Give us a fresh understanding, brotherly love or sisterly love that is real. May there be love shared among us. Let there be love forever. So I hope this video really teaches you and inspires you to do different, to start within your own self, because once we start within our own self, tackling the hate that is within our own hearts, then we can move on to tackling the outward of that hate, which can come out as a form of racism. So thank you for listening, and may God bless you. Happy Sunday.